Well, hello, Liberty students. We're moving right along now, moving into week 5 of our 8-week course. Just a reminder that the course does end on a Friday, even though our regular weeks run Tuesday through Monday. So the final day of class will be Friday, March 11th. Also, just to note that your final week's grading may go a little slow. I will be on a trip to 7 churches in Asia, in Western Turkey. So I leave on the 11th, the day that the class ends. So that last week of grading may run a little slower. I'm hoping to be working evenings in my hotel room, but I just want to give you a heads up on that. The course does end on Friday, March 11th. So be sure you have all your work in by that time. By the way, I sent an email to everybody with information, more information about your final papers. And do pay close heed to that. Remember, they must be done according to Turabian writing style. And there's some other guidelines there that I sent along. It's always good to look at the grading rubric that I'll be using to grade your papers. Make sure you meet all the specifications there, and as I recall, there are quite a number of them. So do read that over, and as you write your paper, be sure to pay heed to everything there. Turabian is different than MLA, which some of you I think are accustomed to. You cannot use MLA for the School of Divinity. Everything is Turabian style. So I do pay heed to that. The Purdue OWL, OWL website will also provide information on all the writing styles, MLA, APA, and Turabian, or Chicago style, but you need to write your paper according to Turabian. Also, the body of the paper from the introduction to the end of the conclusion must be at least 5 pages and no more than 8 pages in length and all double-spaced, formatted according to Turabian. There's other items that need to be part of your paper beyond just the body of the paper, so be sure you read the instructions and include everything you should. Beyond that, you have your week 5 work there listed in the announcement sheet. You are reading pages 276 to 338 in the hard copy, the textbook, or an electronic copy of the textbook. You're reading from Herod Agrippa's persecution of the apostles, Acts 12, 1-5, up to Paul's witness to the Greek world in 1536 through 1822. You got Bible reading from 12:25 to 16:5 of the book of Acts, 3 presentations, video presentations. Your research paper outline is due at the end of this week, and again, pay good attention both to the instructions and to the grading rubric for that outline. You want to do a good job on that. And then for thematic panel 5, you'll be doing that. If any of you are still struggling with these and not happy at all with your grades and your thematic panels, be sure you're downloading the return copies and reading over any notes I've made for you. Also, if you're struggling and would like a private phone tutor, please give me a call and we'll arrange for that. I'll either be able to do it right away when you call, or perhaps set up a future time in the next day or two when we can do that. But again, only if that's needed. Please be sure to read all the instructions and follow guidelines for font, spacing, and so forth for any of your work. Also, I encourage you to view the grading rubric for all assignments. I'm being repetitious here, but it's very good. And make sure that your file is a Microsoft Doc or DocX file. Everything must be turned into that. I think everyone's been doing that, but sometimes I have students who struggle. Also, notice this item here in the announcements about the LU Online Library undergraduate research librarian. He's there or she's there to help you, and please feel free to contact them for any help you might need getting a hold of library resources. You'll be getting this on Tuesday, so you still have until you'll actually be getting this Monday morning, or you may be getting this Monday morning. In which case you have until tonight, February 15th, to get all your work in. So be sure you do that. I think that's about it. There's some other things here. Remember the discussion boards, the items we mentioned there. Again, the course ends on March 11th, which is a Friday. Be sure to get caught up on any work you're lagging behind on, as there are late penalties, as some of you may know already. And also, if you're not active in the course for 21 days, you are removed. And I'm sure you don't want that to happen. I don't think we were having any problems with anyone in that regard. And then remember 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18 from the Message. Be careful no matter what. Pray all the time. Thank God no matter what happens. This is the way God wants you who belong to Christ Jesus to live. Well, that's about it for this week. I trust you're having a good study in the book of Acts. I'll look forward to seeing and grading your work. God bless.